Hi, Carol here from That Irish Schoolhouse. Welcome to my channel. Quick video today, hopefully. I've filmed it a couple times and it just gets longer and longer, so we're going to try really hard not to go on. Just to talk a little bit about my summer schedule, how I transition from a home school schedule into the summer schedule. I find for my kids especially, they work well on a routine, not necessarily super rigid, but just some sort of structure, especially if they know what's coming up or what's expected of them. There's more compliance and eagerness to do chores and difficult jobs if they know that there's something fun that they're working towards. For example, especially now when we are in quarantine or whatever you want to call it, we get our chores and our homeschool done in the morning. Then they can have their time, which is what they work for their chores for. And then usually in the afternoon or evening, we go for a walk and sometimes pick up a snack or something if they've been good. So we kind of know that that's kind of our daily routine right now. So as I said in a previous video, I am so over homeschooling right now. I have gone consistently without a break since Christmas, so I'm quite tired. Just taking every day as it comes. Today I did not want to do a lesson. Luckily it was only 1 page long and it was oral narration, so we did it. We got through it in like 10 minutes. So we got it done. So one more lesson down. So just taking one day at a time, seeing how far we get. Last week I started writing down our new schedule, new list of chores, and what we have got planned for the summer. Usually if I cut my hair yesterday and it just isn't sitting properly. It keeps flicking down into my eyes. Too short. So usually for the summertime, what I do is I do a new list of chores. Yes, every child does their chores, and they have been going well, but sometimes it's complacency, and especially I know my kids, they like when I change it up at least once or twice a year. So I think in September I will probably go back and revert to our current chore system because it is working really well. But for the summertime I've changed it up a little bit, knowing that their schedule is a little bit freer, or depending on our daily schedule, I will want them to be done a little bit faster or whatever, or that they can do it more independently than what they're doing right now. So their chore chart is changing, and also our daily schedule is changing. So I also found the last few years, last year actually I redid it because the previous year I was finding that if I didn't have a particular day or some particular plan of what I was going to do for the day, we ended up just not really doing anything, not really going on fun things or field trips or anything. So kind of halfway through summer 2 years ago, I kind of started getting more into a routine and into a schedule, whereas there would be 1 day a week that we would do field trip, 1 day a week we would do cleaning, the other days we would do, I think at that time I was still doing some sort of schooling, so I think we kind of worked it into our schedule at that point. Last year that worked out really well, and especially the way that our summer is broken up, because Hunter is usually finished for all of June, then my eldest child is finished July, so we have 2 weeks in July altogether. Then the last 2 weeks in July we usually do a summer camp, not gonna happen. Then the first 2 weeks in August we usually do summer camps, not gonna happen. And then usually by the end of August is when I start back, if they kind of want to start back in routine, is kind of by the end of August, or we get our last couple of field trips in. So it's really only 6 or 8 weeks of this sort of schedule that we do have. I'm going on again. But anyway, so I made my schedule and I'm really looking forward to it. Mondays are going to be cleaning and chores and just kind of picking up and trying to keep on top of things. I think when you have a nice clean house or a nice clean room, it is easier to keep it clean and easier to pick up throughout the week. Usually, the 3 or 4 days after you've cleaned, it usually stays okay. And then it's usually the 5th, 6th, 7th day that things get really bad. kind of just where I want to keep everyone's rooms and also the living spaces. So when I say clean, for anyone who knows me, our house is never immaculate. It's never beautiful. It's never super great. Like right now is probably is an okay state. Like there are toys on the floor. I know you can't see them. I did that on purpose. There are, there's one book on the floor, there's a t-shirt on the floor, and there's maybe like a slipper and a pencil or something. That's fine. I think that's okay. Because if someone popped over, I could literally pick that up in 2 seconds. It's fine. We hoovered 2 days ago. It's fine. But it's just to keep that kind of momentum going so that I think it might have been over Christmas. But leading up to Christmas, I don't think we did as many chores. And I remember Christmas week thinking, wow, I haven't cleaned in like 3 weeks. It's crazy. Like it got really bad. So yeah, now again, I'm going on a ramble. So Monday is going to be our cleaning day, especially the kids' rooms. Tuesday, Wednesday, interchangeable with field trips. Usually I let the kids decide what field trips we're going to do and write down what they want to do. And usually it's a lot more visiting places and spending money and things like that. But because of the way that the quarantine or the lockdown rollback is going to work, I've actually, it sounds so silly, but like I've got a schedule where I know every week where we're legally allowed to go. I don't know. But the first week we're still within our 5K, then the next 3 weeks we're within our 20K, but outdoors. And then I have in our schedule and when the playground's open, although I'm pretty sure it's going to be hectic, and if it's hectic, we're not going to go there. And I also have it when coffee shops are open. Because, yeah, it's just... Anyway, I'm hoping farms and the zoo and things like that start to open too. Even just that we can get back to some sort of normality. Looking forward to the day trips and hoping that the weather stays good. Because we're happy outdoors as long as the weather's good. So yeah, so those will be our field trips. Then on Thursday will be kind of either a baking or cooking day where the kids can choose to either bake something or cook dinner. So we probably might do an afternoon dinner that day, so that people are usually in better spirit in the morning. Like I said, I don't know, it's not homeschool fatigue, it's not burnout, it's just, I'm just bleh. So I give a lot of my effort, especially in the morning, to homeschool and then running up the general household. So by the time it gets to dinner time, I don't necessarily want my kids to help because it's not always helpful. Moving on. So I'm really going to make an effort for my kids' sake so that they have wonderful memories. Yeah, so we're going to do a baking or cooking something day where all the kids can get involved, and that's fun but also helpful for me too. And they will have fun. They better have fun. I'm only messing. Okay, stop it, Carol. Okay, and then Friday will be kind of like skills improvement day. So things that the kids can improve their skills on is maybe artwork, coloring, drawing, painting, piano, handwriting, reading, football skills, sports. Even if it's something like, okay, so it takes me, in 10 minutes I can run around the field 5 times. That would be very slow. It's a very small field. Okay, for example. So I'm going to try and improve that, and for the 2 hours of my skills improvement, I'm going to see how many times by the end of it. This is not a good example. I can run around in 10 minutes. You just want to see some sort of improvement. Anyway, in my mind it makes sense. It's probably not coming out too good, but I just want to, the reason for that is so that, by the time it gets to September, I don't want it to be like taking a month to get back into reading because we haven't read. Or, especially my daughter's handwriting is excellent. I don't want her to lose that ability. So even if it's just kind of one afternoon a week, just practicing, or even like reading or handwriting or even the piano, Piano has really gone downhill this last two months. Like as soon as the lessons stopped, like they have a piano app to help them, but they just don't seem to really want to do it. And for the sake of the family, I'm not always pushing them to do all of their things because their chores are more important than the piano. Anyway, that's an aside. I hope their piano teacher isn't watching. But yeah, so skills improvement. And then Saturdays and Sundays are going to be rest day. No chores on rest day, which will be great. They right now they do chores 6 days out of the week, and they don't do anything on a Sunday. And for the summer, they'll only do chores on 5 days of the week and nothing on a Sunday. So they will be delighted. Um, but yeah, like already when I was making the new schedule, my kids came in. They're like, "Oh, mom, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm making a schedule, a new chore list." And they're like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to see how many chores are." Because I'm kind of getting bored with my old chores, and I'm like, "This is how exciting our life is right now. We're excited about a new chore list." So anyway, I hope you are all doing well and staying safe.